Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Gio, and today we're going to do chapter 22 for White Silk Lover. Friday, April 30th. Evening. Tomas. I loved the look on Kobe's face. A little bit of panic, a little bit of awe, and a lot of smiling. No doubt, I looked the same way. With as many cameras as were watching, it guaranteed the sterling mold was broken forever. As I walked through the crowd, I loved the looks of shock on their faces, some more than others. In one instant, Sterling was now a different person. Sorry I used you, Kobe, but I don't think you'll mind too much. Jerry stood at the back of the crowd, face completely neutral. I've spent 6 years building your career, your reputation, and you had to be a spoiled little boy and have your own way. Your little stunt will make every single entertainment news program tonight. It might already be there. I glared at Jerry. He glared back. Have you ever heard of pansexual? Maya said, walking to us. Sterling doesn't care about little details like orientation. He'll sleep with anybody. It will go with his bad boy image. If anybody asks, just say, "You never noticed." Thanks for the save, Maya, I said. You and Kobe are so cute together, Maya said. But hold still so I can fix your lips. Pansexual. I think they used to call it trisexual, as in a person who'll try anything sexual. I can work with that, Jerry said, and sighed. Why do you kids make my life so hard? Was it worth it? I had to smile even though Maya was touching up my face. Yes, it was. Jerry almost smiled and said, when did the world change? As I walked one way, Jerry walked to the other, shaking his head and pulling out his phone. I really did feel better. No matter what anyone might say, I'm glad Kobe came tonight. Maya brushed my jacket, surveyed the quick makeup fix, and said, I didn't know Kobe was so good on the piano. I think even Lindsay could learn a few things. Try not to kiss him again until after the event, please. Okay, sis, I said, slumping a little. We grinned at each other, and she went off for her current romance. A long-term romance for Maya was anything that lasted a week. My brother approached, champagne glass in one hand, the other wiping something on his lapel. Sam's drunk, or close to it, a little unsteady on his feet, his drink sloshing in the fluted glass, eyes red, but not from crying. You think you can get away with anything, he yelled, and wobbled. Jerry turned around. Maya paused next to a couple of stage techs. A couple of guests stared at us. I glanced over at Kobe. Joey wiped my lipstick off his chin. One kiss, and you can. Sam's words slurred, and he took a drink. I kiss better than you do. The girls like. I've had lots more practice. I reached for his glass. I think you've had too much, Sam. Drunk again. What is this? The third glass? 4th? 17th? The famous Sterling like. Nobody locks. Waiter, I need more of this, whatever it is. Sam pulled the glass away from my hand too fast, spilling the champagne down his jacket. Idiot! Sam swung at me. I ducked. His hand connected with my forehead. Something ripped on my head. Friday, April 30th. Kobe. I sprinted. Joey sprinted. Jerry suddenly appeared. Albert was there. Some of the band people, Javier and Lindsay and Maya, are there. Joey and I got there first. Joey pointed to the head. I ran. She went for the body and the odd-looking head. Sterling's bald? The hair is in Sam's hand? Sam yanked the wig off, revealing Tomas and his skin-colored wig cap. I grabbed the wig. It's tangled in Sam's hand, so I yanked on it, but Sam didn't let go. It was a nice wig, spiked blonde hair with blue tips, but it was dripping with champagne. "No," Sam yelled and swung at me. His fist caught me in the shoulder. My $3 boat shoes I found at the thrift store would have more traction than these shoes. I slid and fell, thump, on my butt and left hand. At least Sam let go of the wig. Albert took Sam by the shoulders and mouthed, "Stay in character," as Maya helped me up. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Fanboy mode. I squealed and drew everybody's attention and say the stupidest, most obvious thing imaginable. "It's a wig? Mr. Locke wears wigs." Joey helped Tomas stand. Maya took the wig from me, holding it like it was a drowned rat, and Jerry turned to me. "Play. Keep their attention." As I went back to the old girl, I apologized for what I'm about to do. My left hand ached, but I forced it to play. Once I righted the bench, I pounded out white silk lovers with as much fervor as my fingers can stand. Then I sing. I'm not as good as Tomas, but the crowd seemed to like it. I extended it an extra couple of minutes so the others could get Tomas out of here. I've already been playing for a couple of hours, and this won't help my hand. I'll feel this one in the morning. I'm sure I've just mortally wounded the grand, but the harder I pound, the better it sounds, and the louder I get to sing. Joey headed back to me. No sign of Albert or Sam, Tomas, or any of the band. The crowd was toe-tapping, clapping. They are into the song. It ended. I moved into the next wildest one I know, and the next. By that time, my fingers need a break. I need a break. That was one serious workout. My left hand stiffened. Its fingers spasmed. I have trouble finding the notes. Not now. Next it's whisper, but my fingers are tired from all the pounding. My left hand throbbed. I stopped playing after only a few notes. The old girl outlasted me, and I mentally told her thanks. I placed my left hand in my armpit, enduring the pounding in my fingers. You don't get this kind of ache from a keyboard. Only from a beauty like the grand. I get a good set of clapping, so I bow. As Joy came up clapping, I handed her my phone. "Take a picture. I have to remember this piano." "We heard you all the way back to the suite," Joey said, and took several pictures. Several people took pictures with me. That was some performance. "They don't make them like this anymore," I said, taking my phone back and looking for the serial number on the piano. I found it and took a picture. "Just a minute while I look it up. Steinway has a website that lets you check the age of their pianos." How about that? 1935. I knew it. This baby is a custom Centennial Steinway with hand-carved Baroque trim. What a piano. "What about your hand?" Joey asked. "I need some eyes. Jerry wanted a distraction." "Above and beyond," she muttered, but didn't smile. As Joy helped me close up the piano, I ran my right-hand fingers across the keys one last time. "You still got it, old girl." Everybody started to leave, and the caterers cleaned up the food. I guess the party's over. Joy and I headed up to the suite. "What happened?" I said. "One moment everything was fine. The next it's chaos. Is Tomas all right?" "Tomas is fine, but Les is about to have a heart attack, and Jerry is about as angry as I've ever seen him." "Was it me?" I said. "And Tomas, flirting at the piano?" "It didn't have anything to do with you. Sam was drunk and took a swing at Tomas, then at you. You okay?" "I'm fine." I winced as I moved my hand. "Why'd he do it?" "I don't know. Your hand again?" "I'll need a couple of something extra strength with the ice." I gently shoved my hand deeper into my pit, but the warmth didn't help. I overdid it this time. Last time it happened, it took 3 days for the aching to stop. We arrived at the suite, and through the door we heard Jerry yell, "Every camera caught it. You whine about little things and then you start a fight." Les screamed. The focus was supposed to be on the new album, not Sam Blake's drama. Or Sterling's wardrobe issues. "Do you know how much that wig cost?" Maya said. "I don't know if we can ever get that clean again." "Why don't you yell at Tomas? He started it," Sam sloshed. "You hit me and Kobe," Tomas said. When are you going to grow up?" "You deserved it," Sam said. As I fumbled for my wallet and key card with one hand, Joey opened the door for me. Everybody, and I mean everybody, was in the suite. Tomas sat on the floor at the base of a chair, all casual. Sam sat in another chair, still in his tux, but his shirt was stained and his jacket looked shinier than it should be. Les and Jerry paced in front of Sam. Nobody noticed Joey and me. I knew a few people, but most I didn't. Joey tiptoed around the edges to the kitchen, and I followed. Its fridge was bigger than my apartment. Besides the mint on my pillow, was there anything in the suite that was smaller than my apartment? I found the plastic bags. Joey got the ice and salt, and one Ziploc later, I had the bag draped over my hand. Did it help? Not yet. "I'm going to go change," I whispered. Joey reached over and undid my tie. "We should have gotten a picture of you and Sterling together. Next time, I guess." As she finished untying the tie, Les turned to us and said, "Everything quiet down in the convention hall?" "Lot of food left and way too much champagne," Joey said, kicking her shoes off. "Jerry, you owe Kobe." "What happened?" Jerry said. Joey pulled me out of the kitchen. He took one for the team, 2 if you count Sam's punch. Of course the bag of ice was visible. It had to be as I held it on my hand. "You got your distraction," I said. People started getting up, except Sam. He had passed out, drooling. "Can I show you a good time or what?" Tomas stood up and came over to me. He was in a red and blue striped tank and black shorts, no piercings, no makeup, but still had the tattoos. "How hard did you pound that thing?" Albert walked over to Joey. "Hard enough to register on the Richter scale." "Tomas," I said, "I hate to tell you this, but one date and I'm in love with that piano." "You're having an affair with a piano?" Tomas reached over to give me a hug, but my hand got in the way. I winced. "Ow." "Sorry," Tomas said. "Bad?" "A bit. Does anyone have any aspirin, or can we order it from room service or something?" "I'll call," someone said. "Thank you. Kobe, I'm sorry about your hand," Jerry said, "but we wouldn't have needed a distraction if someone had behaved." With a burpy snore, Sam cuddled deeper into his chair. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for Chapter 22. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye.